So everybody had that lunatic at their high school, or that weirdo, be it a he or a she, or a kid in your grade, or some other weirdo that was a few years younger or older. Everybody knows one person like that, and at most schools, I assume, they know that person by name. They can look over and say to a new kid, that person, Chris so-and-so, or Sarah so-and-so, or Jessica whoever, they're the weirdo. Look at what they do. They're eating boogers or something like that, and everybody knows who they are. Now, at my school, there was a little bit of a caveat to this basic school paradigm, you see? So, essentially, our weird kid, who was a kid in my grade, which I've deduced, was referred to as the Poop Bandit. And nobody knew who he is. Nobody still knows who he is. I ran a few tests, but they came back inconclusive, so I'm not going to be so bold as to assert some knowledge that I don't actually have. But essentially, this Poop Bandit fellow went around during school hours often. He would go into the bathroom, and then he would poop into a paper towel or wadded up toilet paper and then write obscenities on the wall in his feces. Now, this is not made up. This is a real thing. And the most mind-blowing thing about it, aside from the fact that apparently this kid just always, at every juncture in his life, had enough poop waiting at his butthole at the ready as a writing implement. Like, I don't know how he did that. Must have had a really steady and healthy diet. But the most impressive part is he didn't get caught. He never got caught. The Poop Bandit, the Bathroom Bandit, depending on what grade you were in, there's different wordings, just like different cultures, and he never got caught, not once. He would go in the middle of school oftentimes, write in feces on the wall, and not get caught. And that blew my mind, because if I wanted to go pee in the middle of class, it seemed like everybody knew, because I'd see people in the hallway on the way down there. I'd usually run into someone in the bathroom. I'd run into someone on the way back, undoubtedly. Usually there'd be like a teacher or a principal patrolling the halls or something like that. And so there really wasn't a way to just, sneak out and run away and just have this fecal fiasco that he was, so into. And I don't know how he did it. It blows my mind, because there's no way. This isn't like a quick process. It's not like he went in there with a marker and just kind of messed things up a bit. He went in there with the express purpose of taking the time to poop, and then, after pooping, either waiting in there for a while. I don't know what his strategy was. I'd love to read an autobiography or something. But that's pretty much what he did. And he got away with it. Nobody ever caught him. And that blew my mind. And just imagine, what if he had used his powers for good, He's basically like Rorschach or Batman or something. Like, what if, instead of using his powers to write on the walls with poop, he used his powers like if a teacher was about to give out a test on a certain day, he would stand behind the teacher, and then when the teacher was about to pass out the test, he could be like, "Not today," and then just slice him in half or something. Or maybe he could just rub shit all over the papers. I don't care. Maybe poop's his thing. Who am I to judge? But basically, there's no moral to this story, but it is true. Anyway, I love you guys, and tell me about the weirdest person at your high school, but don't give names because we're not assholes. Well, this guy kind of was.